Hello and welcome to Lexus Manson Game Reviews. Today we'll be looking at JamesTown, Legend of the Lost Colony. Remember in the 1600s when the English conquered Mars by using flyers packed with guns? No? Actually, neither do I. But now, well in 2011 anyway, US based Final Form Games brought, all my tenses are fucked up. Okay, let me start again. JamesTown is an alt history game based in an English colonised Mars way back in 1619. It's been described as steampunk, but that subgenre normally starts 200 years later, so maybe this game's better described as colonial punk. The plot revolves around Walter Riley and his attempts to clear his name after being falsely accused of murder on Earth. You also get to play as John Smith, a real-life explorer and founder of England's first settlement in America, as well as Virginia and her father. Anyway, let's talk about how this thing plays. JamesTown is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up or shrump to fans, in the vein of stuff like Xenon 2, etc. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played one of these games. Anyway, JamesTown is hard. I would say it's getting on for Nintendo hard, especially in the harder difficulty settings, although it's no way as cheap. Often you find yourself caught up in a screen full of bullets with seemingly no way out, although there's always a path through somehow, although often you won't find it. There are 4 ships in the game, although only one is accessible at the start and the others have to be bought via the shop. Each ship uses 3 basic buttons: Fire, Special and Vaunt. Fire is easily explained, it is your default attack. Vaunt creates a shield around your ship for a short time and starts a combo meter, allowing you to rack up huge point scores. Finally, Special is a character-based ability specific to each ship. Beam fires off a powerful shot that slows your ship down but deals massive damage. Charge slowly builds up a massive ball of energy that you can unleash at your enemies. Gunner allows you to select the direction of fire, allowing you to attack any part of the screen. The Bomber's Special allows it to blow up its chain of bullets. Your choice of ship will affect your playing style, and it's fun to mess around with each of the 4 ships, although for me Beam was the most useful overall, as it provided a straightforward playstyle without having to worry about other factors, such as where my bullets had reached on screen or the direction my gun was aimed in. With your ship selected, you blast your way through a level filled with smaller baddies and then a final end boss. Each boss is broken down into a number of stages. As you empty one part of their health bar, the attack pattern, shape and even look can change. JamesTown is an incredibly short game with only 5 levels in the main campaign, although as the game is incredibly hard, it will take multiple playthroughs to finish each mission. The length of the game is further extended by having 5 difficulty settings to play through, and a gauntlet mode that makes you finish the whole game in one go. Also included is a large number of challenge levels, where you have to complete an objective, such as reaching a set score or surviving for a set amount of time. Finally, there is the local co-op mode, where you can have up to 4 players on screen at once using a combination of keyboards, mice and gamepads. In single player you have a number of lives that when exhausted ends the game, but with multiplayer, when all the characters are killed at once, the game is over. If a single player is killed, there is a set amount of time that has to elapse before they're allowed to respawn. Each time they die, this amount of time increases. JamesTown is a good looking game. I loved the retro art style. The mixture of punkish ships alongside the colonial imagery is wonderfully bizarre. Most of the enemies seem straight out of War of the Worlds, while the scenery contains redcoats and galleons, and it's set on Mars. I would have guessed this kind of iconography would have clashed, but somehow it works wonderfully here. Audio wise, JamesTown pops. The music is suitably dynamic, again with touches of Western cliches. The sounds contain a large number of retro shoot-'em-up sounds, which juxtaposes nicely with the music. JamesTown is great fun. I would recommend it to anybody looking for a bit of retro action. It's especially good in multiplayer. The only downside of this game is the frustration that can set in, especially playing it on harder settings.